Kaboom.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the AIB Show. This is Amit.
Go Canes!
That is Dominic. Do you not know that I'm the one that says welcome? Why would you say welcome and throw us off, man? We have a whole rhythm here. We're doing this for like 60-some-odd episodes. What is wrong with you, man? Well, you got to ruin the start of the show, dog.
Go Canes.
All right. Go Canes about what?
I mean, Go Canes in life, but Go Canes about, I know you're that weird guy who doesn't watch March Madness. You know, they're making a deep run.
What is this March Madness you speak of?
Oh, come on, Doug. Are you really not going to watch the games?
Have I watched a game yet? Start there.
Oh, my God.
They're playing at night at 10 o'clock at night, bro. Are you mad? 10 o'clock at night? 9:59 to be specific. I just saw that on the Insta.
Yes. The next
That's
game
late,
for UM
bro.
is at 9:59. Correct.
That is late.
Yeah.
Are you watching the game? Obviously, you're watching the game.
Yeah.
Bro, I couldn't tell you. I just learned one of the players' names because of the highlight when he dunked the homie last name, and I forgot his name already.
Wong.
There you go. See? Forgot that.
Zay Wong.
There you go. Zay Wong. You've been a Zay Wong fan since when?
From when he was in high school. You know me in the high school circuit. It's a little weird. I'm from when he's in high school.
Bruh. So you're going to follow him Zay Wong. Where's Zay Wong from?
Zay Wong, I believe. I actually don't remember. Maybe Pennsylvania. Somewhere up north.
Maybe Pennsylvania.
Somewhere up there. One of them kind of stuff.
And Dominic coming to you from an aviary again, obviously. Bruh, how many birds have in your backyard, dog?
Oh, yeah. Pennsylvania. Look at that. Jersey and Pennsylvania. Junior season, he transferred to Pennsylvania. You say senior season, Pennsylvania. So I know what's up. I follow these guys.
Madness. Just madness. On a side note, you know what this weekend is in Miami, right?
No.
It's what Gopal Witches is here for, bro. The ultra dynamics.
I didn't even realize it was ultra. But didn't it move?
Look, my boy just sent me a picture. It's Bayfront Park.
Oh, it's back.
Yeah.
I thought they were talking about a movie. Okay.
Like vertebrates, right there, dog. It's something. So it's like all right. It's like don't get in a car is what that means between now and whenever they leave.
You remember our good friend will hide his name, so let's just say his name is Main Muscle.
What kind of big name is that?
Did you crack the code?
No.
Main Muscle. Oh, come on, bro.
I got nothing for you, dude.
His brothers are Maraig Muscle and Mariah Muscle. Do you remember from Ultra a few years ago? There was a whole confusion, and he was all over the news.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Tell people the story. It was just funny. That video is amazing, by the way. Oh, no. Sorry. His situation was significantly different. There was another video of this woman making out with a tree. I don't.
Oh yeah, that was amazing too.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the same year.
He was at someone's house who had posted on social media a picture of a gun, completely legal and everything. I believe it was Mason Mipmoy's gun.
This is such an inside thing that only two people are gonna get. By the way, this is so inside. This is so ridiculous. Oh my God. And the police saw it and got all alarmed and tracked him down on social media and were trying to reach out to him, but they had an old number for him because he lives in Jamaica. So the police thought he was ignoring them. He had no idea the police were trying to find him, but then the police thought he was messing with them because he kept posting on social media all over Ultra. So the police thought, clearly he has his phone, he's effing with us, and they wound up like raiding Ultra, like 11 officers surrounding it. It was just one big misunderstanding. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was just crazy.
Speaking of Jamaica, what name?
You tell me. You can't.
Harry's brother, William and Kate.
Oh yeah, they're in Jamaica.
They're in Jamaica. They're doing their tour around different countries. I heard they had to cancel one of them because of the opposition.
What? There was opposition for going to one of the countries?
Oh yeah, there's opposition to Jamaica. I mean, still most people worship the ground they work on. I don't get it, but there's a ton of opposition.
Really?
Yeah. Why are we worshiping these people? Why are they still affiliated? They give. Unless I'm missing something, there's no benefit. Are they providing money to Jamaica? Are they? When I say they, I don't mean specifically them too. I mean the monarchy, the government of England, nothing. So what? Why do we still have their laws? Like their Privy Council in England, my understanding legally is, takes precedence of over in Jamaica. So you have people joking around,
if they want to come to Jamaica, have the Queen Free Vibes Cartel. Like, they have that power over there to do that. Why do we have that? Why are Jamaican people in courts, the judges, still wearing old white wigs like their slave masters did hundreds of years ago? It's foolish.
Well, it's also foolish that it was even a thing to start with. But I also don't. Does anyone know the genesis of the white wigs? Because I'm very curious about why they didn't became a thing.
I'm gonna throw it out there. I don't know. Maybe to do with head lice and people were unkempt and it just looked better. Their hair, the white judges just looked better with their hair. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Who have you seen with natural white hair look like that? Let me try that. I'm assuming you want to mock or mimic somebody, not mock, but you want to kind of, you want to follow in somebody's footsteps. But who the F has white hair like that where you want to be like, I aspire to that look. That's a good look.
Yeah, well, we're still doing it now. That's a foolishness. I just don't understand the affinity towards and the lust. You should see the pictures, the images of. First of all, it's bad optics. Somebody joked on Twitter. Does Kate not have a single black person on the PR team? Because the images were her bending down by a fence and touching the fingers of little kids, like hanging over the fence. Like, the optics just looked horrible. It was like, there's nothing wrong with it. Mind you, other people were doing the same thing, but that's what they released. And subconsciously, it just looked horrible. But in general, why do we worship these people? And the same thing goes, I realize, people would say, have respect.
I don't think it's a whole. I think it's just celebrity. I don't think it's.
No, there's a difference. There's a difference because it's the same thing with presidents. There's certain thing with presidents. No, you can like them, but you don't have deference to them with the sir and be respectful of your president, whether it be Trump, Obama. Like, no, if they're clowns or I disagree with them, I don't care what position they are because they were voted by the people, right? We're over this king shit. They're no better or worse than you or me. They're just.
I mean, the worst than me. No, but no.
Yeah, often.
My point. But hold up. But I'm saying if celebrity went down to Jamaica, what difference is it giving us?
But that's different. It's literally. You should see there's thousands of people like worship. It's completely different. And if they were in a room together, if Beyonce was there, it would be like, oh my God, Beyonce, like freaking out.
Yeah.
But they're not calling her like Kate. It'd be like Duchess, and you have to use the formality as if. I don't know. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean, I liken it to celebrity, so I'm not as angry about this as you are, but I do liken it to celebrity.
I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I'm confused by the affinity too. Like our good friend Dr. Monique Bedasse on episode 17 discussed post-colonial conditioning, right? Why are we still obsessing over them? Why does it? I mean, it'd be akin to, okay, let's have Israel kind of worship the ground that Hitler's family walks on. What's the difference? There is no difference. There is no difference. And it's not. It's completely the same. These two had nothing to do with it, but it's the same family and the same monarchy and the same thing. It's still shit, still bad, just like governments throughout the world. It's not like I'm saying they're the only ones. It's not like the U.S. is the only bad one, but they're still bad, right? Everything. There's no benefit for them. Their entire family, it's like being an opioid in crisis and worshiping the Sackler family in the future. Yeah, you hear those dogs, right? Yeah.
This guy's in a kennel and
Bumba clot dogs.
Are you Zoo Miami? He even close the door, this idiot. Oh my God.
No, the dogs open the door.
Bridget, it's a glass door. They can't open the glass door.
Oh, you want to bet?
Yes, you close it now. See the dogs open the door between the end of the show.
I can't lock it from the outside, clown.
Nope, it's closed. You closed it right now.
The dog just came and opened it 2 minutes ago.
No, it was open when you.
No, it wasn't. He opens the dog. He opens the door all the time.
I mean,
Yeah, we raise smart ones up here.
Yeah, we'll agree.
In the city I live in called Mocha.
Oh God, you're a friggin' idiot. You are a legit friggin' idiot. Tangent to Jamaica. Top Boy, by the way, is out on Netflix, season 4. So dope.
Such a good show.
One of the dopest shows in Netflix, and Netflix still messed up. I still don't know why they got this so wrong with just a naming convention.
Because that's a problem. Now all the new fans have no idea about the old stuff.
Because Netflix, they're just did
So,
a bad
so
job.
Top Boy was like a British version, if you want to compare it to The Wire, an amazing show that HBO did.
But from the perspective of purely from the perspective of the
Yeah, you don't get the heavy police side. You get the drug dealer side.
drug dealer side.
So heavily Jamaican influenced, it's pretty dope.
Crazy.
What's going on from the language to the mannerisms to speak and things like that, even though they're just British.
It's
You know.
so dope.
So if you're watching it on Netflix, if you haven't watched it but you've heard about it, Top Boy, when you go to watch it, make sure you watch what's called Top Boy Summerhouse.
Yeah. Watch
Those are the first 2 seasons back in 2011, 2012 that came out on
long
BBC.
hiatus.
Then there was a 8 to 10 year hiatus. Then Top Boy, as it's dubbed now on Netflix, came out, which
that's even straight.
continued from there. So watch Top Boy Summerhouse, those 2 seasons, then go watch Top Boy.
Yeah.
Very
Such
good.
a dope show. Such a dope show. So
What Amit is watching would give it how many abs? What
that
Amit
show's
is
a
watching on
5.
TikTok and
Legit
Instagram.
5 ads because it's the writing is good, and it's not just unnecessary violence all the times. Like there's actually very little, direct violence you see in a lot of shows, like straight up shooting, whatever that kind of. It's a lot of just tension. Like, now you live in an airport. God, what are the sounds at your house, man? Where are you coming from? How are there this many living creatures? And
It's like one of the, remember that little spinning toy as a kid? Where you like, if you pick like the Z, it's a zoo. You pick an A, it's an M. Yeah.
You were that person, right? Because speaking of shows, there's another show on similar shows, and there's a show on FX called Snowfall. And I watched Snowfall religiously. It's a good show.
I still haven't watched it.
It's a pretty decent show, except that this season. So, and I don't know if this is because of the shooting that happened in where the individual got shot on set. Because they were shrapnel the gun and it shot the dude, and Alec Baldwin was involved.
Alec Baldwin.
In that. Yeah. So anyway.
And also Bruce Lee's son, right?
Yeah, that was back in the same thing. Yeah. Brandon. Anyway, this show and actually a bunch of FX shows going back. I'm thinking about it now. It's like they superimposed the gunshots later on, and it looks so bad.
Really?
I'm watching the scene and looking at this, and I'm like, it's so cartoonish. So I'm thinking in my mind of what it's like on set, where I feel like somebody should be making pow pow sounds because it's bad.
Old Batman.
So bad. And then you see like the sparks of like where the bullet hit a car later on, and all of a sudden a hole would be. It looks so bad, and it just kind of takes me out of every time I see a gun sequence. I'm like, this is just bad. Like it's not a good way to watch the show. The show itself is pretty decent, but that's pretty garbage. Onto another random topic overall. So, and Dominic just saw this on my show notes. I'm listening to a podcast last week, right, about science and scientists and hold on, and scientists are working with hissing cockroaches. And for those of you guys who do not know what hissing cockroach is, Google it and it will scare the hell out of you. Like an 1.5 inches long, and they literally make a hissing noise. If you've watched what was that show back in the day with Joe Rogan?
Oh, Fear Factor.
Fear Factor. Oh, people who used to like lay in like a coffin type thing with hissing cockroaches for a period of time to win prizes, and you best believe them, it's just like, nope, you got the prize, I don't want it. So they're using these hissing cockroaches. They're training them, by the way, to find people who may be buried in areas that you like in whether collapsed buildings or in mines or whatever, because you can't get down there yourself, and you've got to you don't know where to start digging to find somebody. So they use like sound sensors, and they train these cockroaches to go in certain directions, and then when they find somebody, right, they return a signal, and then you go and you dig in that area. But if I'm down there and a bunch of roaches done come try to find me, and this is a good thing, I'm probably gonna die of fear. Like
I'm just gonna say, send the roaches back. Let me die. Nobody send them creatures at me.
Can you imagine there and a swarm of roaches come out? You feel me? Come on, man.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Bro, I would legit freak out. And also, do they have like Like, what are they wearing? Like, how are they doing? How are they communicating the gym? Are they wearing like headsets? Like, what are these roaches? I mean, these bionic roaches coming at me, I would just die. I would be so scared, and whatever oxygen I had left would be gone from breathing so fast because I'm not manly enough to survive the roach invasion. Like, I saw that and I was like, don't, I don't want to do this. That's too scary. That's it.
Yeah.
Too much.
No.
You
know, I don't deal with the cockroaches.
I'm out.
No.
That was aggressive. Right? And then the last random tangent that I have too is I was watching an insert popped up. You know Hellman's mayonnaise? Are you mayonnaise? I think we've gone through this. Are you a mayonnaise eating guy?
As a kid, I thought it was disgusting. It's something I thought of as America, like crunchy stuff. But now mayonnaise, it's okay. You know, it depends.
So if you go to a sandwich spot, you're trying to put mayonnaise on your sandwich.
No, maybe light mayo. I don't know.
Have you not had a sandwich? Like, why?
Yeah, I don't really eat sandwich.
You wouldn't let me eat a sandwich.
I don't know. I don't like sandwiches so much.
What about a wrap? Does that constitute?
Of course, a wrap is a sandwich.
So, I don't mean that, but I'm saying do you eat wraps?
Yeah, but who puts a meal on a wrap, Reggie?
I don't know what's the difference. You said wrap is a sandwich. Why would you put no meal on a wrap? You're not gonna.
All right, go on with the story. Go on with the story.
So Hellman's has this ad out there, and the ad reads, "quote unquote, make perfectly crispy grilled cheese with it." Who the F is putting mayonnaise on the grilled cheese? First of all, this threw me out. How was that even part of my mayonnaise?
It's got to be butter, right?
Grilled cheese.
It's got to be butter. Yeah.
I made many grilled cheese. Mayonnaise was never part of the ingredients for grilled cheese.
No, that sounds disgusting to me, actually.
It freaked me out when I was like, how is it part of your ad campaign? And I was like, am I the crazy person? Because I know I'm not the crazy person generally, especially amongst you and I. So when I see this, it freaks me out. When I see Hellman's making crispy mayonnaise, crispy sandwiches. Ridiculous.
Grilled cheese, I could deal with a good grilled cheese, but yeah, I'm not putting
grilled cheese is good. Get out of here with the Hellman's on my grilled cheese. So those are my random thoughts of the day that I wanted to bring up, because I feel that I'm in the right here. You take your cockroaches away, you take your mayonnaise away, and we'll live a better society.
Yeah. So, real quick, I never thought about this. I heard this on a podcast. The way the tax codes disproportionately affects black people and minorities, though they weren't seemingly innocent, wasn't intended to do so. Surprisingly, because so much shit here is intended to. This wasn't intended to do so.
What's in your
right?
potty mouth today? Why are you cursing?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm amped up. We got some canes over here.
Okay, but continue. But explain why. You just went down there. Explain.
So a couple of examples are home ownership. You know, we give benefits, tax benefits for home ownership, but not renters like yourself, right? And predominantly, there are more so renters for minorities in this country than actual homeowners, right? So it's benefits that, and we could go deeper as to why, you know, coming back from say the world wars and things of that nature, where white soldiers were all given the GI benefits of being able to buy the houses, and black soldiers were flatly denied. And what does that do? What's the number one thing for building wealth in this country has historically been real estate, and it enabled families to have a home, to provide income, to provide college benefits. It actually trickled down for generations, while, you know, black people weren't given those benefits, therefore much harder to rise up the societal ladder. So that's an example. Another one is the benefit of joint filing with your spouse. So how this happened, I had no idea. In 1930, a white dude said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to challenge the IRS.
I read this podcast too, by the way.
Yeah, I'm going to challenge the IRS. My wife doesn't work, but I'm going to defer my income onto her and have us file jointly, where more white people are statistically married percentage-wise than. So black couples, if they're not married, can't have that benefit. And then of married couples, say black versus white, much more black married couples both work, as opposed to many white couples that one works. So they also lose their benefits. So there's an interesting quote where somebody said, the tax code essentially treats a plumber and a nurse who are paying for childcare and commuting expenses with after-tax dollars the same or worse than it does a banker earning their combined salaries whose spouse stays home with the kids. So again, not intended, it seems. There's no way, right? But interesting codes that perhaps need to be reviewed over time, you know, close to a century later, where many of these were written.
Yeah, but we don't review any. We've been trying. They've been trying to be tax. They've been trying to like. There's been trying to be tax reform since God knows when, and we never completed that. We still can't get Homie to figure out what he wants to do with student loans and whether or not we're going to just get rid of the 10K or not.
He's a liar. He's a liar like every bleeping president. He's a liar.
Okay.
And I fell for it. I actually believe that one. I never believe anything any of these people say.
But you've got private or federal loans.
Federal.
So federal loans?
Yeah.
My federal loans. See, that's the problem. I got the private loans remaining, which I refuse. And even though I'm like,
wait, which is Navient?
No, Navient is just the aggregator. That's just who you pay.
Oh.
The loans are different.
Oh.
But anyway, it's a bigger question, the conversation. I keep waiting and him going, hey, everybody with 10K gone, and he's like, this is gonna happen, but it hasn't happened.
But all right, we gotta go. Be better. Justice over order. Spread the word. We had a little trouble with Apple last week. Took a little bit, but we're back. Let us know topics you want to talk about. Get on the show. We're gonna have a couple of interesting guests, probably over the next month. Yeah, rock it. Don't support the monarchy and this Babylon system and all this foolishness. Move on. Jamaica needs to become a republic. Barbados did, and evidently the process for Jamaica to be completely rid of it independent is going to be a multi-year process if it does.
Hold up. My meeting's running a little late. Hold up. What are you saying? We're saying we're not completely independent? What?
No.
Huh?
It's called a republic, so I'm learning when you're
right
completing. Because we still we're tied to their judicial system. That's what I'm saying. The Privy Council in England still oversees our judicial system. They can step in and do something. Yeah. And then the customs, the traditions of the white robe and the way we speak. But that all stems from the generational, from the legal aspect, which is still tied. We still have a governor general. Remember, we still have a governor general, which represents the queen and everything.
But again, those are certain things that are just set up, and you already have the infrastructure. This works. All right, we'll keep that going. I can get how that'll take generations to go away, but you're saying that
legally. I'm saying legally to change. My understanding is I'm reading. It's going to take not generations, years though, to go through the process.
But is Jamaica going down that path to try?
There's a lot of talk about going down that path. Finally, yes.
So we haven't done anything. This is just
because you look at countries like Aruba and Bonaire and Curacao that are still tied. They get benefits. They get financial. They can go to college for free over there. They get money sent to them. We get nothing. Yeah. Right. So what's the point?
No, I'm with you there. Like, there's definitely a value proposition for them, meaning the Arubas in the world.
Their people, Aruba, those island people, can just go live over there and stuff and do things freely. We have to get visas and all that stuff. Doesn't work. But I gotta run. Be better. Justice over order. Eat better. I started working out this week. First time in months. I had 35 cc's drained out of my knee also yesterday.
Again,
22 weeks ago, 10 before that, 10 before that. I think I'm going to have to get surgery.
Somebody who doesn't work out.
That's what I said to the doctor. I said, yo, I said, doc, I don't really understand. How is this happening? I might as well try workout.
Just work out. Apparently you're injury prone if you just sit at home.
Yeah. But I started working out. Lost a few lbs this week. Got to get bedroom body alert.
All
right, cool.
The door is still closed. The dogs can't open the door, you friggin' liar.
Of course they can. I'm going to show you next episode they can.
How can they open a sliding door?
Use the paw. I'm going to so. All right, I got to run for real. Justice over order. Be better. Eat better, people. Eat better.